must have come across a tiny red ribbon worn as badge to show solidarity for people affected by AIDS or HIV. Can you tell when is the World's AIDS Day observed? Yes, it is December 1st. So, what is AIDS? What does the red ribbon signify? Let's learn all about AIDS in this video session. First, let's understand the meaning of AIDS and HIV. AIDS is an immunodeficiency disease caused by a virus called human immunodeficiency virus, in short HIV. This virus belongs to the retrovirus family. Retroviruses are RNA viruses. They are unique because they replicate themselves by reverse coding their gene into the host cells. If you see, the full form of AIDS goes as acquired immunodeficiency syndrome. So, what is meant by acquired immunodeficiency? Can you recollect? As studied earlier, a disease that affects the immune system and makes it powerless is an immune deficiency disease. And if the immune deficiency is not genetic but can be acquired at any point of lifetime, is known as an acquired immunodeficiency disease. As in case of a person having AIDS, a group of symptoms can be seen. Hence, AIDS is known as a syndrome. Now let us move into the history of AIDS. AIDS was first identified in 1981, where it was considered as a curable plague-like a disease. AIDS has killed more than 25 million people till date. After knowing the history of AIDS, let us learn how AIDS gets transmitted. Here are a few ways by which AIDS gets transmitted. Sexual contact with person having HIV infection, transfusion of infected blood and blood products such as plasma, granulocytes, etc. AIDS is common among drug abusers because they share infected needles for drug injection. And the last mode of transmission is from mother to child via placenta. Do you know, virus is the only microbe that can cross placenta as they are very minute. After knowing the transmission modes of AIDS, can you guess under which group of people is AIDS common? AIDS is common among people having multiple sexual partners, drug addicts, and in individuals taking repeated blood transfusions. Do you think HIV can be transmitted if you sit next to or hug a person? There are many misconceptions among people regarding the transmission of AIDS. AIDS does not spread by any of these activities. It transmits via body fluids such as semen, blood, etc. It does not spread by mere physical contacts. Now, let's see how HIV infection occurs and progress. The symptoms of AIDS take time to be detected after getting infected. Period between infection and detection may vary from few months to many years, even 5 to 10 years. The virus, after entering into the body, enters into a new blood cells and replicates. The infected cell is called macrophage. Inside the macrophage, the viral RNA gets reverse transcribed to form viral DNA. The enzyme that helps in the conversion of viral RNA into viral DNA is reverse transcriptase. Now, this viral DNA utilizes the cell mechanism to replicate and produce a greater number of viral DNA copies. The DNA copies then produces RNA by transcription, and in turn RNA codes for viral proteins. After the formation of RNA and viral proteins, they assemble together to form a new virus. The viruses are then released from the macrophages by rupturing the plasma membrane. Soon after the release, the viruses affects the helper T cells and continues the process of replication. This loop continues until there is a huge decrease in T cells or immunity cells in the person's body, and the body loses the war between virus and the helper T cells. We are clear how the infection spreads in the body. We'll now look into the symptoms of AIDS. The symptoms that indicates AIDS are fever, diarrhea, weight loss, infection due to lack of immunity such as tuberculosis, etc. HIV infected or persons with AIDS are also prone to infections by parasites like toxoplasm. Can you guess why does a person infected with AIDS get these symptoms? It is because the number of helper T cells gets significantly reduced in the person suffering with AIDS. The person begins to experience illness that would have otherwise been overcome if the immune system was strong. Having seen the symptoms of AIDS, let's now know about the diagnostic test used to detect AIDS. The most common test is ELISA. ELISA stands for enzyme-linked immunosorbent assay. It is an antigen-antibody test. Whenever we get any infection due to foreign agents like bacteria, virus or parasites, our body develops antibodies to fight against these antigens. The test measures antibody, antigen, protein and glycoproteins in biological samples. In ELISA test, the antibodies developed are picked up and mixed with a known compound on special absorbent plates, which shows the result. It is one of the common tests to detect the presence of this deadly virus. Now the question is AIDS curable? There is no permanent cure for AIDS till date. The proverb, "Prevention is always better than cure," goes well with this syndrome. National AIDS Control Organizations, NGOs and WHO has started many awareness programs to prevent the spread of HIV. In lines with the purpose of forming this organization, the NACO has its slogan as "Don't die of ignorance." Some initiatives include spreading awareness about not reusing needles, usage of only disposable needles in hospitals and clinics, educating about safe sex, regular checkups for HIV, etc. We now know that AIDS is deadly. So is it okay to stigmatize people suffering with AIDS, or should we sympathize and help them? No. We should always treat them with equality, kindness and humanity, and do not let them feel solitude or separated. This was all about AIDS. Let me put forward a question here. Can you draw an analogy between AIDS, HIV, coronavirus and COVID? Let's now summarize what we have learned.
Manorama Horizon. Learning made simple.